The world's largest financial derivatives exchange has just confirmed they'll be launching spot Bitcoin trading. Strap in because the CME handles around 3 billion contracts annually, worth an average of around 1 quadrillion. That's like a made-up number, but it's true. That's right, $1 quadrillion. The CME's massive market size and influence struck fear into the hearts of Coinbase investors, dropping the stock -9% on the news. Brian, the big boys want to play. Maybe it's time to pack up your crap and go home.
Party, that party. Come and have a good time with G.O.D.
So you may remember that last year NASDAQ canceled its plans for Bitcoin and crypto custody due to unclear regulations. Well, it looks like they may have just gotten the clarity they were looking for with the Senate voting to disapprove the SEC's SAB 121. This new clarity may be just enough to bring NASDAQ's plans back to life. That may be pure speculation, but one thing is for sure, Bitcoin is winning.
We have time-tested, beautiful ideas to counter these utterly shitty ideas that are being pushed on us by some of the least impressive, most worthless human beings that have ever walked the face of the planet. I'm not going to lose to these people. You're going to lose to these people? Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous. Elizabeth Warren, she's going to destroy Bitcoin? No, the she's not. They're not going to fucking win. So just put it in your fucking brain. Grab a chip, put it in your brain. We're winning today, and the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and the next year. We're going to fucking win over and over and over again. Will we have setbacks? Yes. It's inevitable that we will. But at the end of the day, liberty will win out. The spirit of humanity will not be extinguished as long as people like you and I are breathing. Are you breathing? Yeah, me too. We're breathing. Have some fucking hope.
The CME isn't restricted to U.S. trading either. With offices in London, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Amsterdam, they are proven to be a powerhouse in the TradFi world. By adding spot Bitcoin trading, the CME is opening doors globally for institutional investors and large-scale traders to enter the Bitcoin market. This could lead to increased liquidity, reduced volatility, and greater price discovery for the orange coin. The CME's infrastructure and regulatory compliance provides a reliability in Bitcoin trading that, well, the shitcoin casinos could only dream of. Speaking of shitcoin casinos, probably a good time to recognize our sponsors, the Bitcoin Way. Stay out of the state and shitcoin gulags. It's never been more important to get your Bitcoin off of exchanges and take self-custody, because that is the revolution. Simply Bitcoin Originals are powered by the Bitcoin Way. They are your IT team in the Bitcoin world. You know, understanding the why of Bitcoin sometimes isn't challenging, especially in clown world, but the how can be. And at the Bitcoin Way, they are here to help bridge that gap, marrying the why to the how. They can help you with all things Bitcoin, from setting up your first wallet and node all the way up to inheritance planning, accepting Bitcoin payments for your business, and all aspects of Bitcoin security and privacy. They even work with their clients on configuring routers, devices, and networks, and just improving their overall digital hygiene. Also, growing interest in UTXO management, the Bitcoin Way has got you covered. Speaking of revolutions, you remember how this started?
There is no authority in the Constitution authorizing a central bank, which means there should be no Federal Reserve System. No!
Well, this is how it's going now. One of, well, probably just straight up the most based representatives in all of Congress, Representative Thomas Massie, has introduced the Federal Reserve Board Abolition Act, aiming to end the Federal Reserve. Sounds good to me. Massie argues that the Fed policies have contributed to economic instability, high inflation, and slow economic growth. He believes that abolishing the Fed would restore financial sovereignty to the people, and I couldn't agree more.
The arsonists became the firefighters at the Federal Reserve. $5 trillion was created by the Federal Reserve. Actually, we didn't put a lot of that money into the hands of consumers. They got maybe 12% of it, 20% if you count the unemployment programs. Most of it went to big companies. So then we took the $5 trillion the Federal Reserve created and caused massive inflation. Now who's here to save the day? The Federal Reserve comes in on a white horse. Oh, look at this fire, this raging fire called inflation. We're going to put it out, and we've got just the tool. We're going to hose down the economy. This thing is too hot. Well, the reality is it wasn't too hot. Inflation was too hot. Sometimes you raise interest rates when, if your economy is doing great, it can be a tool, a reasonable tool to reduce inflation. The problem is when your inflation's raging and your economy is not, and you raise interest rates, you just make life difficult on people trying to buy homes, on businesses who are trying to invest and expand production to meet the new demand of the new money that's out there. This is the tip of the iceberg, the inflation that we are seeing, because the Fed raised the interest rates about 2.5%. If you refinanced $32 trillion at 2.5% higher interest rates, that's $800 billion of additional interest. How are we going to finance the additional $800 billion of interest? Are we going to raise taxes? I don't think we are. I think we're going to print more money. And what's that going to do? It's going to raise inflation. And what will the Fed do to try to control inflation? They will raise interest rates. What's going to happen then? We're going to have higher interest on our own debt. We're going to print more money. I think we're at the beginning of a vicious cycle that's not going to calm down for a while.
The elite stay elite by financial oppression. They print money and drown us with inflation while they hedge the inflation with endless wars and insider trading. As more Bitcoiners come on board, financial freedom will rise, and the elites will realize that they only have one choice: sacrifice the money printer and capitulate to Bitcoin, or stay the course and watch as the people reach escape velocity from their grasp. Fix their incentives, fix the world. Hey, I'll catch you all next time, and if you ain't bullish, you are foolish. Drunk, fat, stupid, and poor is no way to go through life. Refuse to be a fiat gimp and become ungovernable. The based will inherit the earth, my friends. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.